Good morning, YouTube. So, you know when you're having one of those days where you just wake up and feel like you've been absolutely hit by a bus? Well, today is one of those mornings. Heavy pull session yesterday with Cuba and Meg, really good session, but starting to feel fatigue creeping in just a little bit now. One more session in Ultraflex before we head home, which is legs. So rest day today. We're going to head up to Manchester today to the Trafford Centre to do a little bit of shopping, a little bit of retail therapy. Why not? Looking forward to that. Probably going to take the camera with me. It's our very last proper rest day over here, so may as well just take the opportunity to go and actually do something, because we have been quite busy over here with going to the gym and with our own sort of work, so haven't really had the chance to do much else other than that, to be perfectly honest. We have another rest day on Saturday, but we will be heading home at like 3:30 in the morning on Sunday morning, so probably won't even sleep that much on Saturday night. So on Saturday we just want to make sure we are here to kind of pack up, clean the place, all that sort of shit, and just get our affairs in order so that we can travel home then. Also, a little update on the hamstring. So I was meant to have physio this morning and have a look at it, but got rescheduled to tomorrow morning, which is fine. Feeling a lot better now than it did. I can kind of extend a little bit down past my knees now without as much pain as I did have, but still going to need to nurse it for another few weeks. So still have no hip hinging, but hopefully, you know, going to get like shockwave therapy on it tomorrow. Might feel a little bit better after that. Not looking forward to going home though. You know, usually at the end of the holiday where you're kind of getting that feeling, you're kind of sick of it, you're kind of like, oh, I love to go home now, love to relax, love this, that. Complete opposite for me now. I'm like, I fucking wish I had another 3 weeks here. I do not want to go home at all. Eye opener for me this trip, so I think I probably will come back, to be perfectly honest. It's just the perfect environment for training, for bodybuilding, and for everything that I want to do over the next few months and years, especially now that this is my full-time job. I'm gonna grab myself a meal now, get dressed and get ready to go to Manchester. Catch you soon. What's up, motherfuckers? So I know I said I was going to vlog yesterday when we went to Manchester, but I just didn't bother. But went shopping anyway. Got this hat. It's fucking sick, isn't it? Anyway, we are now on our way to get our PCR tests. So we've the ferry booked home, and I did book a PCR test in Boots for like Saturday afternoon, but I think I'm cutting that way too close because our ferry home is at like 9 AM or something, isn't it? Yeah. It's at 9 AM on Sunday morning, and we're gonna have to leave Sheffield at like 3:30 in the morning because we've got like a 3.5 hour drive there. Have to be there like an hour before the ferry leaves. You don't want to give another hour for like stops and all that sort of shit as well. So it's going to be a really early one on Sunday morning. So I think if we got our PCR tests on Saturday, they probably wouldn't be back in time for us. So gonna have to make sure we get them now, get them today. And we had a bit of a rocky start to the day, so we're meant to go into the gym this morning. I was meant to do physio, and Dave and Chloe were meant to do cardio. I came down to the car park and Dave's front left tyre was just completely flat. We went to the garage to pump it up, and the second we put the little thingy in the tyre, it was on like 4 psi. I've never seen a tyre on 4 psi before. Like, it was literally flat. We could hear it like the whole way when we were on the way down to the garage. Anytime we went over any little bit of a bump, we were like, whoa. And we got there and like we filled up the tyre, and then like the second we took the nozzle away, we could just hear tsh, so the air was just coming straight out of the tyre. We literally drove up the road like 2 minutes to like place that fits tires. I don't know if I could call one of those garages, but anyway, one of those places, one of them ones. Drove up the road there like 2 minutes and the tire was completely flat again when we got out of the car. So not good, but we have it sorted now, thank God. So at least that happened now today, and it didn't happen when we were on our way to Holyhead at like 3:30 in the morning tomorrow. So every cloud has a silver lining and all that. We are now on our way to Starbucks pre-workout HQ to grab a coffee and eat our pre-workouts before our very last leg session of this trip. So really look forward to that. We're training with a few people from the gym, so I'll try and take a few clips for you, and yeah. Okay, last session on Ultraflex today. Hope you can hear me because the music is absolutely fucking blaring today. So we're in for legs, so I'm going to talk you through the session a little bit more in depth today, rather than just having the workout footage roll. Again, hopefully you'll be able to hear me with this music. Right, so first exercise up is the adductor. So here what we're thinking about is driving our two knees in to meet each other. What we don't want here is for the pad to meet in the middle and touch, because that is just going to take the tension off our adductors. So we want to think about pulling across, coming across, bringing our knees in and driving our knees in to meet each other, but not actually touching in the middle. So I'm going to do a few reps here just to demonstrate.
want to think about here is grabbing the handles tight, keeping our arse on the pad firmly, and bracing hard. Don't want your arse lifting up off the seat. Just want to stay tight throughout the movement. On the leg extension here, this is one that's often butchered by people, so if you're ever getting knee pain when you're doing a leg extension, you need to make sure that your knees and your hip are perfectly aligned. So don't have your knees coming out the way like this, make sure they're in a straight line. Also, when you are doing a leg extension, you want to make sure that you are dragging the weight up. So the movement should start from here, pull up here, instead of kicking with your feet. You shouldn't kick and jerk with your feet. Should just pull from here.
Alright, so I got to the stage in the gym where the sound of the music was completely overpowering my voice when I was trying to talk through these exercises. And I think, you know, with the nature of a lying hamstring curl, lying face down, ass up, it's a little bit easier for me to just do a voiceover rather than trying to explain what I'm doing here. So focus here is on driving our heels into our glutes. We have a 2-second hold on this movement here, so you notice I'm holding at the top of the movement and really contracting my hamstrings as hard as possible. Also, I want to keep my hips driven into the pad here. I know they're coming up very, very slightly, but that's why we have the angle on this bench that we're lying on as well, to try and keep those hips down to ensure that all the tension is on the hamstring. Also here you'll see that I have the pad kind of halfway up my calf. You know, this allows the tension to be kind of taken off my knee a little bit, which is what we really want here. Want to keep those knees safe and want to keep the tension on the hamstring. So next up you're going to see my set of the Cybex hack, and thought I would just let this in here rather than walk through it, as I think it would be a little bit better. So much better on the Cybex hack in comparison to the last video you would have seen. A major thing that was improved here was the fact my reps were kept so continuous, and you know, also the fact that I was bracing halfway down through the movement. So you're just seeing that movement here on the leg press. Dave is tapping on my stomach there, so he's telling me to brace hard. I also notice here I'm doing something similar on this leg press as I was doing with the hack. The second I'm getting to the top of the movement, I'm coming straight back down, nice and slow and controlled, and then exploding back upwards, but not taking long rest periods at the top, trying to keep those tension on the quads at all times. And you'll notice as I'm coming down, I'm kind of bracing halfway down and then holding my breath at the end, so not taking a big breath at the top and then bracing the whole way throughout, as I'm kind of just going to gas myself too early here.
Oh yes, come on, again.
Last but not least is the Nautilus glute drive. So this is really good glute drive. Big focus here when we're performing this movement. So you'll notice a lot of people come down much too deep when they're performing hip thrusts. So we want to come down just with a really short range of motion. The range of motion in your glutes is actually very short. So you'll notice that our knees are not traveling back towards us. If your knees are traveling back towards you, you have gone too far. So really short range of motion here and contracting really hard at the top of the movement. Legs done and dusted in the Ultraflex posing rooms now. Last time. This place is like a sweat box.
Yeah, I know. It's rolling.
Train legs, so no upper body pump. Not much of a leg pump either. But it is what it is. Off-season gains. Oh, fuck. Sad times. Sad times. It's not goodbye, it's see you later. Alright, so fast forward a day or two and we are in Holyhead Port, currently waiting to get the ferry so that we can travel home. So didn't really film much of like the packing up, the journey here, anything like that, because just couldn't be bothered and just very, very stressful, you know yourself, trying to pack up, trying to get everything sorted, and just trying to travel home. The car was absolutely jammers on the way here. My legs are actually so stiff, so we have bags just absolutely jointed, pushed into the car. There's 3 of us in the car plus all our luggage from like 3 weeks, like big boxes up on our lap, like everything. So we're literally like tin of sardines inside in the car. Been up since 2:30 in the morning. It's currently 8 a.m, so ferry's at 9 a.m. Then have a 3.5 hour journey home, then 2.5 hours to Waterford, and then I have another hour back to Tipperary. So long day of travelling. Looking forward to getting on the ferry now though, because we have booked the lounge, booked into the lounge. So I'm gonna go in there, get all my check-ins done, because today is Sunday and the majority of my check-ins are today, which is good because I'll be able to get them done on the ferry, the 3 hours I'm on the ferry, so it should kind of speed up my journey a little bit. So I'm gonna wrap this little update up here. I will catch you on the flip side. And we are home. Actually, we've been home for a couple of days now. Probably about a week, but I'm only getting around to recording this outro now. You know when you just come back from a holiday, a long holiday, and you're just absolutely smashed. I've kind of been like that for the week. A few days off the gym, just got back in yesterday, which you'll probably see in the next vlog, but oh well. Just been resting, recovering, getting back into my usual routine at home. Kind of feels weird, you know, you feel like you never left, but kind of happy to have that sort of a structured routine back now as well, especially because I have a lot of work to kind of focus on over the coming weeks and months. Just a little wrap up of the trip. You know, it doesn't even feel like too long ago where I was sitting in this exact spot, recording the very first clip for my YouTube channel saying that I was going over on this trip, and how I was just taking the risk going over, how I felt like it was something that I needed to do and something that I just had to do. Got that gut feeling. I was like, you know, I'm going over, I'm doing this, and you know, I can gladly say that it was not a regret whatsoever. It was exactly what I thought it would be and more. So it's something I'm very, very happy that I did do. I met so many amazing people and strengthened existing relationships that I already did have, like with Cuba and things like that. So it was unreal. It was honestly such a good experience, and I think, you know, the environment that is in the gym over there, it's just on a completely different level to any environment in a gym back home here. You know, the second we walked in, everyone was so welcoming, everyone was so nice, no one was looking at us funny, being like, who the fuck are these Irish people and what are they doing in our gym? It was just completely different. They just kind of wanted the best for you, were really interested in your training, really interested in what we were doing over there and stuff like that. So it was nice, it was really nice. Definitely going to be planning my return there sometime in the near future, I would imagine. I think there's now only so long I'm going to be able to last at home. Haven't been over there and haven't been in that environment, that gym, everything else like that. You know, for my long-term progress in bodybuilding, I feel like, you know, I need to make the move back there. Don't really have much interest in going, you know, somewhere sunny like Marbella or something like that shit. Too much influency, wanky bullshit for my liking, to be perfectly honest. You know, I just like the training, the lifestyle, the routine, and that's where I see myself wanting to go. Who needs Marbella anyway? Where in Ireland there's like 20 fucking degrees outside at the moment. Hope you enjoyed this video. Wasn't really too much in it, but anyway, I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, hit a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will catch you in the next video.